It seems to be in order, so let's go. Going live. Going live. You're live! Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Alan Wake 2 on the GTX 1650, 1050 Ti, RTX 3050 and 3060. How are you guys doing? Welcome. So Alan Wake 2 is 1.5 minutes away from release, as you can see here on the Epic Game Store. Yeah, an Epic exclusive. We are so happy about it. So, okay, this is so far the highest requirements I saw this year, without taking into account Immortals of Avium. So yeah, the minimum was at 2060 for 1080p low settings with quality DLSS. So that would be like close to 720p internally. So we'll see how it goes. I'll be there no matter what. Hey guys, how's it going? How are you guys doing? Ruffle, MAO, Hi EI, Johan Córdoba, todo bien y vos? DFDD, Logra Gaming, Pedro Dos Divres. Yeah, Steam Deck coming right after this. I have already a live stream right after this one. So as soon as I can start playing this, I'll put it to download on the Steam Deck. So don't worry, got you covered. Yeah, it'll be fun on the Steam Deck. The thing is, there was no preload, so I'll have to download it right now while you guys are watching. So apologies in advance if the stream lags or something. I limited my download speed, but who knows what will happen. Ahmed, how's it going? Dota, yeah, 30 FPS target right away, especially in this one. Okay, install. Okay, C drive. There we go. 80 gigabytes. Okay, and I throttled my download speed a little bit, so I'm not lagging. So 80 gigabytes should be done rather quick. I'll need a calculator. Okay, I limited it to 70. I'll put it uncapped. Let's see what happens. Whatever, at this point. Whoa. Hold up. Yeah, the 3050 might be able to reach it. Okay, I uncapped my connection. Hopefully it helps. Hey Balraj, how's it going? Welcome. So I can flex my internet speed. I'll keep it right here so you guys can see that I'm actually installing the game. Yeah, no preload. Another perk of the Epic Game Store. You gotta download it right away. At least you don't have to unpack the game like on Steam. I guess that's the reason, but still. I mean, in my case, it's not an issue. This is faster than moving it from an USB 3 device. Than, I mean, whatever. But most people don't have that luxury. Wolfgang, sí, retarde. Estoy bien. ¿Y vos, Caratos? Buen nombre. Hey guys, for shares we must wait for mothers, maybe. What do you mean? You got the same speed? Awesome. Well, in Canada, yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah. Santiago, why do you spend so much money on internet so I can stream and download at the same time? Basically. I mean, this is the most expensive plan in my country for consumers, so it better be good. Sometimes it hits 100, but not always. Which is fine, whatever. I can stream and do this at the same time, so hell yeah. It's a gigabit, basically. Especially at this time of the night. It's 1 a.m. in Uruguay, so thanks Epic and Remedy for releasing the game so early. I have to work tomorrow, but that's fine. We make exceptions. So yeah, it's like a gigabit at this time of the night. Victor, ¿qué tal? Ya veremos. You have 4 megabytes? Well, still pretty good. Thank God you have a free day tomorrow. Oh man, I wish. The funny thing is we work from home, but tomorrow we get an event that we have to go. I mean, I have to do some recordings and stuff for content creation. So so I have to be there, but I'm happy to be there. So yeah, what is your fee for the internet? Like $90 per month, I think. I could pay less, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see we'll see. What am I saying? For me, it's worth it because I need to download things fast and upload things fast. My videos are huge sometimes because they're 4K 60. I mean, I'm streaming at 40 megabits per second right now. It's gonna be tragic? I don't think so. It'll be fine. As long as you have a guys, I've been looking at benchmarks. There is a guy called Chris Job. No, it's not Jesus. Probably is, but he doesn't tell us. And he got early access to the game somehow, which it's awesome. And basically, if you don't have mesh shaders on your graphics card, it's a hardware component, basically, to put it shortly. The game will be almost unplayable. If you have an RX 580, 570, good luck, 0 FPS. But on the 1050 Ti, same thing happens. It's like 2 FPS, so it's faster than the 580. But the 1650, the 16 series cards and newer from Nvidia do have mesh shaders, so that shouldn't be an issue. But I thought this technology was used in the past. I mean, it makes it easier to render very, very complex geometry places. So I thought it was a common technology already. So yeah, that's the biggest issue, especially in the AMD cards. Is it unlimited? Yes. I mean, they say, oh, the limit is 2 terabytes, but I looked at my numbers and I used like 4 terabytes this month, so it's okay. I mean, after that, all I do now, guys, I seed everything. I buy the game, I seed it anyway. So yeah. You gotta spread the seeds, guys. But use protection. Do not spread seeds in weird places. We're almost there. 20%. You get 23 FPS low on a 1660 Ti. Okay, without upscaling. I mean, just to be sure, guys, we're not playing without upscaling on this GPU. I mean, come on, let's be honest here. The minimum, according to the developers, is a 2060 for 1080p quality DLSS. And here we're using FSR, not DLSS, because DLSS requires the tensor cores. So that would be around 720p. So we'll see. Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm going to be testing Alan Wake 2 and my internet connection. So yeah, we are gamers, we don't spread anything. Good point. I forgot about that fact. Just don't touch the walls, guys. Upscaling 480p. I mean, as long as it looks good with upscaling, I'm okay with it. The thing is, does the game look good enough to justify it? For the trailers that I've seen and gameplays, it looks very, very good. But at the same time, I don't know, I'll have to check it out for myself. The good thing is, I saw the Digital Foundry video. It has nice improvements with the path tracing and all that on PC, but on the consoles, they still look good. I mean, on the visual standpoint, it's not like the game is like Cyberpunk that you have the path tracing mode versus rasterized and it's completely different. No, here it looks a lot better with path tracing, but if you're not looking super closely, it's still the same game, which I appreciate. So yeah, we'll see. Arc Ascended? No. Arc, I stopped caring about Arc since day one. It was one of the first games, the first UE4 games that I tried on the channel. It ran horrible, and I was like, okay, Arc, whatever, it's out of the picture. And now they release Arc on Unreal Engine 5. And I'm like, oh my god, not again. And it's already mixed on Steam, so I'm not even trying it. I mean, I'd rather play Alan Wake 2. I'm interested in that game. Arc, honestly, not interested. And it's my own time, so I said whatever. Yeah. Arc needs a new optimized engine. That's the thing, you can make whatever on whatever engine. is not only about the engine. I mean, you guys can see that in older games. There's some old games that still look fantastic and run like 4 times the FPS. So art style is super important. It's not only engine. I mean, engine helps, don't get me wrong, but you need a combination of many things. Ark is family now? Why? Screw that game. I don't like it. But that's okay. At least the Switch port was fixed by Grove Street Games. I'm not joking, look it up. Do you think it'll play on a Ryzen 5 2600? Yeah, it should be fine. I'm expecting more of a GPU bottleneck. CPU should be okay. You're here for the cinematic FPS on Wake 2 gaming? Coming right up. So yeah. Getting excited for this one. Also, guys, if you don't want to buy the game, they are giving away the Evil Within 2. Which the camera angle is pretty similar. There's a guy with a beard as well. Cannot be a coincidence. Last week they gave away the Evil Within 1. So you also have a lamp hanging on your belt on this one, like on Alan Wake. So play this one, it's a lot of fun. It's a old id-Tech version, like the Rage engine. So it doesn't run particularly great, it's not well optimized, but with modern hardware it's fine. The thing is it doesn't use all your GPU, but it's a very fun game if you're into this sort of thing, especially in Halloween. So keep that in mind. And it's free, so for $0 you can play The Evil Within 2. I pay 51 USD for 650 megabytes per second. Is that expensive? Sounds fine. Sounds reasonable. In my country it's more expensive, I think. So yeah, I mean, if you like survival horror, The Evil Within 2 seems to be more akin to that. For what I've seen from the reviews, this game is more, how to say, more focused on story and immersion and all that. They say survival horror, but lots of people are saying, dude, I always have ammo in this game. So yeah, that's kind of disappointing. But The Evil Within 2 is not like that, so... but it has a whole lot of nonsense. And that's my review. There's also Dead Space Remake on Game Pass. Yeah, that's also good. Well, The Evil Within 2 was already on Game Pass as well, so yeah. Just because both Evil Within games are free, awesome. Have fun. With a 1063 gigs, be able to run this game? I don't think so. With 3 gigs of VRAM, I mean, with 4 gigs, we're trying. I mean, the minimum is 6 gigabytes according to the requirements, but we're already below it with 6 gigs, with 4 gigs of VRAM. So 3 gigabytes has been already a big bottleneck recently. So you're definitely getting scammed. Where are you from? Preacher's games. Will it support DX11 GPUs? No, not a chance. It's a DX12 game. It requires something very specific. So if you have a Pascal card, GTX 10 series or before, good luck. It's not going to be running fine. We're lucky if it runs well on a 1650, which I'm guessing with heavy upscaling it might work, but I'm not sure. And it's probably going to work fine-ish on this card, because the 16 series is a 20 series card without RT cores or Tensor cores. So yeah. So if you have one of these, a 1050 Ti, or I don't know, a 1080 Ti, a 1070, whichever, you're probably going to have a bad time because, well, they don't have mesh shaders. And thank you so much, Spiral Blades, for los 10 Argentinian pesos. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if... I think... No, these are... Hang on. I'm confused. Oh, no, those are not Argentinian pesos. My bad. Those are Australian dollars, right? Yeah, I was confused. Thanks, man. He says, hey, Zadeo, thanks for the years of entertainment. Have a good one, mate. Thanks, Moit. I appreciate that. I thought it was Argentinian pesos. My brain, when I see one of those signs with an A next to it, I think Argentina. Man, I'm in South America. So South American it hurts. But yeah, I don't want to know how Australian internet is. In Uruguay, we are lucky. Yeah, also internet, probably horrible. I hope you get good internet soon, guys. Kangaroo currency, yeah! What does mesh shaders do? I mean, I'm not an expert regarding that, but basically it's a hardware, it's a different type of shader. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about. You can do very complex geometry with less effort, basically. So yeah, it's like a shortcut, a different type of shader. So you save on resources, but you have lots of geometry. And in this game, it makes sense. I mean, I've seen gameplay screenshots, lots of video about it, and it's been like, okay, this is very complex geometry, but it still looks like a forest. I mean, it looks like something. When I saw the trailers, I was like, oh, this looks gorgeous. But it reminds me of when I saw a trailer of a person telling you how to build a forest in a real engine in 10 minutes. It's something like that. I mean, it has lots more detail, don't get me wrong, but that's what I think about when I see those videos. And the compression is not going to do any favors to this game, let's be honest. Lots of movement. Yeah, Argentina moment. Would they able to fix this mesh shader? It's not an issue. It's not a mesh shader issue. It's a design decision. They purposely decided that. It probably made their jobs easier. Let's leave it at that. I mean, well, the PS5 doesn't have mesh shaders. It probably has something else that they're using, but I mean, if you have an RDNA 2 GPU, it should have them. That's the thing. Even the Steam Deck should have them. At least on the Vulkan side of things. Yeah, when it converts instructions, it should work. Nearly midnight for you. Well, here it's 1:15 a.m. So, yeah. But yeah, thanks for being here. Emadraco, Yeti. All right. Sorry about my chair. Makes noise. Nothing funny happening. There's no FSR 3 frame generation in this game. Well, not surprised. It's a heavily advertised Nvidia title, but I get it. Probably soon. I mean, usually Remedy games get all the new technology right away, right? Although Control doesn't have FSR. Yeah. Well, I'm surprised it even has FSR in the first place. Because usually they put DLSS, their own upscaler, next to it and call it a day. At least it was like that in Control. Remedy's upscaler is usually pretty good. So, yeah. Are mesh shaders tied to DX12 Ultimate or not? As far as I know, it's not tied to DX12 Ultimate. I mean, if you don't have a DX12 Ultimate card, it'll still launch. But if you don't have mesh shaders, good luck getting more than 2 FPS. That's what I've been seeing. And probably somebody's going to mod in frame generation. If it has FSR already, the thing is probably FSR 2. I was hoping it would have XeSS. It doesn't. That's a shame. XeSS many times looks better than FSR in my opinion. It has a little bit more ghosting, but the image quality, I don't know how to say. I don't get those pixelated edges. So we'll see. I don't have a 1080. I wish I had, but I limit myself to less GPUs. Especially, I mean, guys, you got to keep something in mind. We're in 2023. The 10 series from Nvidia released 7 years ago, in 2016. Let that sink in. I mean, in 2016, I was making videos for 2 years. Now it's been 8 years. So, well, 9 actually. So it's been 7 years. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, usually I'm surprised that these cards can still run the games 7 years later. Because at the time these cards released, the 10 series, 7 years ago was a GTX 550 Ti. So, orders of magnitude improvement. Just think about it for a moment. 7 years before the 10 series, we had a GTX 500. So yeah, we're lucky we're even capable of launching games 7 years later. But we'll see, we'll see. I think on the 1650 with heavy upscaling we can make it to 30, but on the 1050 Ti I don't think we're going to be able to get even 5 FPS. Just bought the 1650 a month ago. Well, congrats, enjoy it. Great card. If you got it at a good price. You can play a lot of games. Again, this is the 0.1% of the games. Alan Wake 2 is one game among millions of games, so you got a lot of time in there. Also, it's an Epic exclusive, and I think it won't come to Steam like ever, unless the Epic Game Store someday dies, which it probably will at some point, because it's published by Epic Games. So Alan Wake Remastered was published by Epic Games, never saw the light on Steam, so I wouldn't hold my breath for a Steam release. Maybe in the future, who knows? But they are in bed with Epic, so good luck. I hope when they do the Max Payne remake, they don't make it Epic exclusive, but we'll see what happens. You'll try the game later. Okay, good luck on the 1080. I'm curious on what will happen there. F's in advance. Okay, that's fine. Only 8 gigabytes left. Yeah, I mean, you can play a lot of old games as well. You can emulate basically everything with a 1650. Most emulation is on CPU. You use the GPU to do some extra effects and mostly increase the resolution. Even at 1050 Ti, I can emulate PS3 games and upscale into 1440p. The GPU is basically doing nothing because it's mostly CPU. But there's a lot of games that you can play still. 1050 Ti, 144p, 30 FPS. Oh, FPS, frames per minute. Oh no! Max Payne will be only Rockstar launcher. No, I don't think so. I think Max Payne is now... Well, maybe Rockstar said, hey Remedy, we want to make a new Max Payne remake. So yeah, maybe. Who knows? Well, remember that Red Dead 2 was an Epic exclusive at the beginning? It didn't take long, but yeah, good point. I forgot Max Payne is a Rockstar franchise. Yeah, 640 by 480 is where it's at. Facu, ¿qué tal? ¿Todo bien y vos? ¿Ya salió? Sí, se está descargando. No había precarga. Almost there, guys. Half a gigabyte left. FPM, frames per year. FPY. Okay. It's verifying the files. It's reading my disk. I said disk. It has an S in the middle, okay? YouTube subtitles, don't hang me on this. I'll say it's reading the drive. With a 3060 running, yeah, definitely. That's coming right after the 3050. So 1650, we try to get 30s. 1050 Ti, I'll show you that it's at 2 FPS. And then 3050, we try to make it okay. And then 3060, and we try to get it looking good. Nice drive, bro. Imagine Alan Wake 2 running on a hard drive. Yeah, basically. Nice disk, bro. M.2 drive. Yeah, I'm installing an M.2. The M.2 is like 3.5 gigabytes per second, so I don't know when it's only doing this, but maybe we're CPU bound there. Hope we get YouTube. Okay. We can imagine that we play, yeah. Man, that was my dream when I was a child. Playing a game on YouTube. I wanted to play Mirror's Edge so bad. It looked so good back then. It still does. So it's weird to be on the other side of the table now. Do you think 4 gigs of VRAM enough? We'll find out soon enough. I cannot wait for the Switch port. Okay, let's go. Some people said that having Afterburner open crashed the game. So, and Windows wants to update. Yeah, no, screw that. So I'm just going to disable the on-screen display to see if the game even launches, and we'll see what happens. Here we go. Yeah, I cannot wait to run this on Unix. Your GPU does not support all the recommended features. This might lead to poor performance, visual glitches, and/or crashes. GPU with the following additional features is recommended. The amount of VRAM in this system does not meet the specifications of 6 gigs. Ah, that's okay. With first time. At least the game tells you, you know what, whatever. The game failed to connect to Epic Game. Please disable third-party overlays temporarily. Okay, sure. Okay, gotcha. Let me close Afterburner. I think it's in the first launch. So I'll just do my best work and open the game, then launch Afterburner. So yeah, this is a cool game already because it tells me, dude, you don't have the recommended requirements, but do you want to continue? Yeah, sure. Let's go. We got this. Yeah, thank you. At least the game tells me to do it. I think they want me to connect to... Oh, this is why. Okay. Yeah, sure. Get all my personal information. Everything to be bark in the dark place. Scroll to the bottom to accept. Sure. Free mouse wheel. There we go. Perfection. Thank you for not wasting my time. Okay, this should stay like that. Quality preset low, of course. The only quality preset. There's full screen as well. Okay, here we go. I cannot see my cursor for some reason. It's invisible. I'm going to use my arrows. Okay, so 1080p, and we're using quality. Okay, I love that they tell you the resolution, the real resolution. Okay, so according to this, hang on, let me disable the music. Sorry, yeah, I know. I shouldn't do it, but I need to protect myself. So, as I was saying, okay, we only have FSR2, but I like that it tells you what resolution is really. That's good. Motion blur, no. Film grain, no. Basically, okay, GI on medium. No, put that on low. What the hell? SSAO, no. We don't need that. Reflections, what is that? Object density. Okay, we have everything on the lowest. So we're forcing it to be on the lowest. And what is this? Post-processing effects, bloom, depth of field. Oh yeah, no thanks. I'm only increasing the texture field. Now, you know what? Just to be true to my name, I'm going to keep it like this. So 1080p low with quality FSR2. So this will be the settings for the 2060 according to the game. So we'll see. And this is 1650. Okay. Hang on, the FPS counter is loading. Alan Wake on the PS2. Finally. I was waiting for so long. Hang on, I gotta disable the audio for a second. Won't take long. Alright. Come on. There we go. Ah, finally. Story, normal or hard? Normal. The champion of light. Yeah, dual PC.
We all come to a story with hopes and
Oh, thank you, I can skip. No spoilers. What the? I'm naked. Okay, hang on. Let me see if there is any nudity sensor. Really, we're already getting demonetized. Come on, man. Nudity sensor. Okay, there's a nudity sensor. Hang on. Let me go back to the menu. Oh, man. They don't want me to stream this. Oh, thank you. Thank you. There's a nudity sensor. That was close. So unnecessary. Okay. Let me restart the game because I'm panicking. Let me panic for a moment. I want to make sure this nudity sensor is running. Man. It's okay. I wasn't expecting to see a hairy ass man naked, butt naked. Horny Wake 2. Okay, the game loads fast. That's pretty good. Okay. Perfect. Graphics. Again, this is basically 720p, lowest settings. And let's see what happens. Again. Yeah, we almost ran out of tests.
Back to the beginning.
Back to the beginning. Okay, now he has underwear. Good. I wish they asked me about this when I launched the game. But hey, who am I to judge? Don't worry guys, this is definitely something that we're not going to be playing as. I wish we had a mod to be this guy the entire game though. That would be a fun experience. Nice disc, bro. Oh, hi there. Okay, jump scares. Guys, be warned, there will be jump scares. I'm usually not susceptible because I went right through them. I play Amnesia the Bunker, I can take this. But visually it's pretty good. It's interesting that the trees do not break completely with the upscaling. And I can see hairs in the back of this guy very well. This should be the main character. Alan McDonald's. Although I can notice on the lowest, absolute lowest setting, there's lots of missing grass. But again, we're playing on the lowest setting. We can maybe crank up the complexity of the terrain somehow. I also turned off all the reflections, so the low settings is actually with the reflections on medium. Yeah, I mean, guys, the game still hasn't started. I just ran around. There we go. Now the game starts.
A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene.
Okay, there we go.
There's the car.
Now we're playing the
where's
game.
The deputy?
Actually, despite being the lowest settings, yeah, there's missing grass, there is missing reflections. Still looks pretty good.
Worth memorizing before
Max
we
Payne.
get swallowed up by the trees.
I love it that it's a 3D model of Sound Lake with the voice of Max Payne. Got the reference. Drinking
I
coffee.
should take a look at that map.
Okay, I have a map.
I think I hear someone. Could be our deputy.
I can go take a
Okay, I was expecting 20, so 30 is a big improvement.
Hey there, Agent Casey, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right.
Is this live or pre-recorded? This is live. I can read you. I read.
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already
The
know my
hair
partner,
rendering
Alex
is pretty
Casey.
nice.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am.
The shadows.
I'm Deputy
Yeah,
Mulligan.
they look like shadows.
I just figured that, you know, that,
I hope he has the face. Probably at some point.
It's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in
So
the shed.
weird. FBI, open up! How is FSR looking? It's okay.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah,
I mean, the trees
couple
move
out of
and it's not
towners.
super distracting, but you
Wonder
can
what they
see
were doing, sneaking around
you
the
can see that
woods.
it's FSR, definitely. It's not FSR 1, which is a huge plus,
That we have anything against
obviously.
city folk, right?
I wish there was a sharpness slider.
But don't worry, Sheriff Breaker took him back to town a while ago.
No, ya no, Madraco.
I want to see the body. How do we
Quite
get
playable. I mean,
Oh,
I
sure,
still
that's
don't have
real
guns, so let's
Just
wait
through the
for
hole in the
something to
fence,
happen. We're
down the hill
literally
towards the lake,
standing
around
in
the
front of
old
a guy
convenience store.
speaking.
You can't miss it.
I mean,
Everything's
we're
been
still rendering
closed
the game,
since
don't get me
area's
wrong, but
fenced off. The store, the
this is the
campground,
lowest, the lowest thing that is going to happen.
They got it, Thornton.
You should be walking around, there will be more lights, more volumetrics. This is nothing at the moment. So
Before
I
we
want
get
to
the
move
crime
ahead a
scene,
little
there's
bit
time to
further.
review the facts of the case so far.
FSR 3 when? I don't know. Okay, case board. Oh yeah, you have the Mind Palace.
The facts
They
are
call it
important.
the Mind.
Everything
what?
we know about the previous murders.
Okay, there. This is a
Worth
tutorial.
taking
Hang on,
another
guys.
look.
Okay, you can use the view. Yes, I can use my mouse for this. Really, I can only scroll up and down. Oh, never mind. Okay, I was scared for a moment. Holy hell! You're now free to navigate the case board. Okay. Okay, somebody died. Gotcha. That's perfect. What now? Meet Deputy Thornton and General Sol. Okay, sure.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it.
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime
Mind
scene.
Place
Hey,
instead of
Casey.
Mind Palace.
You putting me in charge.
That's all
Why
right.
now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am.
Yeah, Max Payne is not a
Crack
great
cases
detective.
that had the rest of us
He's a good
back.
shot though.
I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring?
Although I
know what
think
happens to
Valence
cops who
FSR
say
will
this is
need
their
will
last
be or
case?
performance even. It really depends. Once something happens, we're probably going to be in trouble. But still, it launches. So it means that 1080 can handle this game? No, not really. This card has mesh shaders, the 1080 doesn't. So
Gives me a headache.
the 1080 probably is going to be slower.
Sky.
I say probably because I'm not certain, but the cards that do not have mesh shaders basically have a hard time with this.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
I mean, a 1060 I think is not playable. And it's should be faster on this card.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
So I would be worried if I had a 10 series card. But yet again, it's been 7
You
years.
think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
So yeah.
If they did,
Yeah, a 4050 laptop would be fine. That one should be faster than this.
Hey!
Hi
Deputy
there.
Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show
Man.
you.
Still, the fact that it works blows my mind. I thought it was going to be like 5 FPS. And I'm still on 1080p with upscaling. It's not like I'm at 720p with performance FSR.
Psycho serial killers and
Yeah, an 84K on a 4090 would be interesting.
got the UFO cover.
I mean, if you have a DLSS, if you have
those are real.
the highest settings plus DLSS plus frame generation, it's probably just fine.
Let's just
Yeah, 1070, good luck. It's a
Shall
10
we?
series card. Yeah. The cards of the people are falling. Okay, good thing I turned off nudity.
Now, this is the
Otherwise,
scene
I
of the
would be
crime.
seeing
Found him on the table. Now, he didn't touch
something that I don't want to see live. The
procedures
nightmare of every streamer.
stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start
You
by
owe me a
examining
coffee.
our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders? Step
Okay.
1. Examine the corpse.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for telling me. How do I examine?
Body
we
is
go.
positioned on the table.
Good.
Ritualistic.
We're detectives.
Another
There's a
body turns
table.
up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence.
Coincidence? I think not. Awesome. So there's a table. Okay. I forgot how to go back. Hang on. Tab? Oh, I have to click on it? F? No? Oh. Hang on. Am I doing something wrong? Okay, I click here and things show up. Okay, so I had to click on this to be able to go back. Jesus Christ, that was confusing. I'm sorry guys, I'm a game journalist. That was weird. I hate when tutorials block progress. Oh, bottles. Oh my god. Am I missing something? Oh yeah, there's a body.
The killer left the heart right next to the body.
Oh, cool. We don't have to.
Bruising on the wrist from the cargo
We don't have to talk to the people person.
Incised stab wound, chest cut open,
Good.
heart removed.
Yeah, I'm going to change settings in a moment. Let me. I want something to happen first. Hang on. Hang on. I need to draw. I need to finish the tutorial first. Otherwise, it will be just me dragging things around.
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrist.
It's interesting how this part doesn't look low
But this time
settings.
the heart and the straps were left behind.
Pretty interesting.
To work with. This makes 4.
It's funny because that's real-time rendering. Okay, learn more about the victim, learn more about the killer. Gotcha. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, guys, I apologize. Let me first of all, let me try balanced, which is basically 635p. That probably will fix it, right? Nah. Try 720 native in a moment.
Need to find more clues.
Okay. Let me get the clues so I get the boring
Multiple
part
people
out of the
were
way.
here. Multiple killers? Someone was drinking beer. They
Yes.
spent time here, waiting.
Yeah. Genius detective.
Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over.
Perfection.
Was it for a camera?
Probably. What about this? Nope. Oh, I need to speak to someone. Hang on. Okay, still drops below 30
Any
on
idea
balance. I'm guessing
Go, I
we
sure
should drop
do.
to 900p
His
instead.
name is Nightingale.
I mean, it's
He
a
was FBI.
1650.
He came to
I mean-
town about 13 years ago.
Save your game first?
I
Yeah, of
haven't heard a
course.
word about him since.
The thing is, the game
Until now.
manually saves, I think. So as soon as I can save, I'll start doing stuff.
Oh yes, you probably
Does it feel
know.
blurry? No, it's
Brothers
fine.
in arms.
It looks like Control, in a way. The edges, I mean. You can still notice that it's FSR when you move the camera. But it's not like a fuzzy mess. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, I move and I don't have a temporal hair behind me chasing after me. On the trees though, you can see some of that graininess. Classic FSR look. But then, the other parts are okay.
Large amount of blood on the table.
Good.
The victim died here. So you knew our victim.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state, but yeah, I ran into him.
Oh, I can skip this. Good. Good morning. How's it going? Okay, Max Payne told me another clue. Hang on. The victim. Oh, sorry. The victim. Casey talks about the victim. Yeah.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI.
Try for later. I already know that this is irrelevant in this part. Good. And multiple footprints.
Boot prints indicating multiple killers.
It's not spontaneous because there was a camera. And because there were beers, it was a party. That's
They
it.
planned for the murder to happen
Max
here,
Payne did it.
passing the time with equipment ready.
Yeah, so far so good. Okay, profiling. Okay, am I now going to play as Max Payne? Missing person, ritual murder. I saw it at the beginning of the game. Come on, man.
Nightingale
Of course he was a
chosen as the
murderer.
victim.
A ritual murderer. Come on, man. I saw it at the start.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13.
Oh, this is not the same guy. Okay, never mind. The same place as Max Payne.
Up from the lake that's not a lake.
Oh yeah, it's not a lake, it's an ocean.
He was there too.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow.
I'm a
Casey,
genius
Let's
detective.
take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Sam, go to the lake.
Wait, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just wait here.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be unplayable, so hang on. Let's do 900p instead. I think lowering here won't help us anymore. Just lowering from quality to balance, we didn't even get a couple FPS. So, lowering the resolution manually here is better. So we're going to keep it at 900p with quality instead. It'll be better performance than 1080p. It's one step lower, but it's a 1650. The fact that it even works now blows my mind, considering the requirements, of course. I'm sorry I forgot to set this up. And yeah, it's 100 FPS, but in the options menu. There we go. That's better.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
Oh god, it
I
still
think
drops though.
Nightingale came up
To be
from that
expected.
direction.
Cannot wait
From the
for
lake.
dynamic lighting to show up
Probably looking for
at night.
shelter. Safety.
Yeah, 720 will have to do. Although
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what
I
you
don't
put
think
together so
native
far.
will
Sure.
be the
It's
way to
not
do
that
it.
complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The
not
killers knew he
nude.
was here,
Nudity
ambushed
filter
him,
was
dragged
enabled.
him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out.
Nothing changed. What do you mean?
But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
Yeah, reminds you of Resident Evil. I mean, the camera
Complicated to
angle
me.
is heavily reminiscent
this
of
guy doing
Resident
to
Evil
get
2,
at this
3, and
time of
4
year?
remakes.
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Lots.
There's a
There's
piece
a
of paper on the
note.
ground.
I didn't know.
Tracks.
Paper
Very
comes from
good.
trees, so it was
Nightingales?
the tree factory.
They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense.
Someone's been watching us.
Interesting.
Plain sick
So the real-time
game.
cutscenes forced me to
You're
use better
right.
settings.
This is right up my
Either
alley.
that, or we're
Nightingale came
getting
this way.
FMBs.
Either he dropped this
which,
page,
well, it would
or
make
the
more
killers
sense.
left it for us.
Yeah, those are probably FMBs.
I should profile Nightingale about this page.
Okay, so what do I do with this? Oh, profile. My bad. There's a page.
We found a page in the woods. A
Good.
story about these.
Let's go now to the board. Hopefully this means I don't have to do this again now. Hopefully I can
think
repeat
he
one
came from
part
the
over
lake.
and over.
But his tracks make no sense.
Thinking it has something hidden inside of him. Okay. He's pregnant. Gotcha.
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the
We need to
deputies
remove
get
it.
the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Yeah, Remedy loves the FMBs. Actually, the FMBs look pretty good. The thing is, it's a little bit jarring because there is heavy film grain on those FMBs. And I turned off film grain in the game, so...
You made it back. Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles.
No, we're
Crazy
fine.
flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure, but the coroner won't be back in
It's a
town
boring
for
game
another
at the
week
beginning,
after
yeah,
that.
because there's still no
Not a
combat,
problem.
so
I'll do it myself.
the game is telling
Oh,
us how
and
to
Sheriff
be a
brings us back to
detective.
the parking lot just up the hill.
Quantum Break flashbacks. Well, so far it runs better than, well, better. When Quantum Break
Let's
came
get
out, I
the car,
remember there was
drive
the
to
first
Bright
time I saw an
Falls, and talk to
upscaling
these
option.
witnesses, the bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's
Yeah,
try that
me too.
shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Shortcut.
Seems like a nice
She
town
opened the
so
door
far.
so cautiously,
Very
like, oh,
inside.
a
Pretty
door.
woods.
Oh my god.
Cute lodge we got set up in.
Yeah, I mean,
should go for a
considering
hike
it's
if we get a
low, I'm
chance.
pretty impressed. Still, you can see the cutbacks.
Deputies aren't exactly.
I mean, again, low settings actually is not this. This is lowest settings. If you go for low for the preset, the game puts a mix between medium and low, and it doesn't disable reflections. So that was the lowest setting. This is low, the low preset, let's call it. Visually, it's very superior. Also, it puts more objects in the ground. So I don't know why this is on high and these are on medium if I chose low, but that's fine. I'm not judging. Let's see how it
the
runs like that.
task, but hopefully the sheriff will
Eh.
be more helpful.
Okay.
Not a surprise about the deputy.
Isn't a huge
Doubt they see
performance
much about
difference,
this
so I'll keep it like this. Wow, looks so much better. I feel like an idiot for playing it on the lowest. Okay, let's keep it on the low preset. It looks way better. And it runs almost the same. Okay. Yeah, maybe 720p.
Can't fit the clues
But
all
hold up.
together yet.
Let me
Part
experiment.
removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
Tripod for a camera? To
Yes,
record a
they're
snuff film?
Maybe.
they're influencers.
And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
That wasn't the way. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, there was no SSAO, there was no reflections. Because I disable SSAO and reflections, the game doesn't seem to care that I want to use those effects. So we're keeping them. Oh, of course. I got to turn to the left. Sorry, Mr. Lake. Alright, hold up. So 900p, as of right now. Why is it locked? What the hell? I probably have a key. Never mind. So
I'll
let me
be
get
back
to
in
the
a
action.
Roger.
We are going to play with the settings more because it's a slow start. So I gotta get through it. At least I wanted to get chased down. Okay.
Here we are.
Yeah, definitely
Let's
720
drive back to town.
is probably the way to go. Whoops, my phone is doing funky stuff. Sorry about that. I'll go directly to 720. I mean, if it runs like this here. So let's do 720. I'm not going to do native, I'm sorry, maybe later. So let's do quality first on the low preset.
On and meet the sheriff at the diner.
This jungle is apparently one of the most demanding areas. Oh, okay. Towns will get better FPS. I mean, it makes sense because of the amount of trees and stuff. But lots of footage that I saw about the game was in the forest, so let's find out. Why is the transmission so
I
late?
can't
Because
get
I'm
that
streaming at
manuscript
4K
out of my
60.
head.
Takes 20 seconds.
I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far.
Sorry, 12 seconds, not 20. The difference is 5 seconds more. Yeah, that's 10 FMB. Okay.
The diner's just up the
Oh, okay.
waterfront.
So the forest
Shouldn't
is
keep
the demanding
sheriff and our
part.
witnesses waiting.
I smell
It's
coffee.
usually the other way around, so that's a breath of fresh air, actually. Let me try 720. native then.
Have you had today, Charlie?
Okay.
Don't know, don't care.
No FSR.
How much have you had?
I'm not confident of medium because again, we're going to get back to the forest eventually, so interesting. So yeah. Okay, Alan has 50% gameplay and Saga has another 50, a lot of which is in the forest. Okay, so we optimize for the forest.
It's nice to have you here. I got you both some coffee.
Well, look at my shadow, guys.
Washington's finest.
I'm actually dead inside. See? The shadow is a proof. I'm hollow. It's probably because of the resolution, but still. That's pretty funny.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff.
There,
I'm
enough
Separate
coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
Yeah.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just...
Team Breaker.
Your deputy
Okay,
said you had a couple
space
of
is
witnesses
dodge. Gotcha.
They made them sound like
Medium.
suspects.
Yeah, medium we're going to
Thornton's
suffer
gone.
quite a bit, I think. Medium has some stuff on high. That's what I
We've looked
noticed
through
by looking
case
at the menu.
files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides
If I press
known
space here,
victims go
it's like
missing?
I'm a weird person.
Sure.
Guys, what are you talking about?
But it's slowed down ever since Cauldron Lake was fenced off.
Let me guess. Missing person cases spiked around 2010.
Okay, screen space reflections.
The fence
Okay,
was
so
built just
probably
after.
this glass will be a big improvement if
exactly
you have a high-end GPU with ray tracing. Instead of seeing the head of some lake many times, you'll
Go ahead,
see
Anderson.
some
We'll be
lake's reflection and your own reflection. Okay, so undiscovered map. Okay, gotcha. The fact though that it hasn't started yet blows my mind. I'm so used to it. And thank you so much, Gulo G, for the 10 Brazilian reais donation. Thank you so much, man. He says, good evening, how are you? I'm doing fine. What about you? Do you think the game's graphics justify the performance, or is it just another game in the collection of poorly optimized games this year? I mean, graphics are good. I'm pretty impressed on how good low actually looks. I mean, there's reflections on low. Although, oh, hang on. It looked weird because I have film grain enabled. I think it looks great so far. I don't know if it justifies. The thing is, it's using the new mesh, the mesh shader tech for more geometry on your GPUs.
Excuse me.
But I think it looks good enough. I saw games that run way worse,
Are you the...
that perform, well, games that run this worse, this bad. Hang on, I'm trying to wrap my head around the words. I saw games that run like this or like this, but looked worse. What I'm trying to say is this game seems to have an art style. It doesn't look like
Just Saga is finest.
inconsistent.
So are we being charged with anything? Because if not,
Facial animation is hit or miss
so
far.
Screw into pillows,
Main
that kind of
character,
thing.
good,
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay?
but it's a little bit weird on the
So
faces.
what did you see in the woods?
A bit.
This naked dude came out of the lake.
Yeah, the good old Alan Wake dodge.
He was acting crazy.
Yeah, Remnant 2.
shouting weird
Yeah,
shit
that's a
at us.
good point of
He must
reference.
have been on something.
Unless
I mean,
skinny dipping at
Remnant
dawn is a
2
thing around
looks
here.
good,
We heard shooting.
but I wouldn't say when I was
Ran into
playing it
these
that it's a UE5
psychos
game.
in Deer masks. They
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and
Photorealistic but has stylistic choices, exactly. Because many times I
What
see
were you
games
doing
that try to be
before you
photorealistic, and in some
Am I right?
moments they do,
true crime.
but as soon as
New
something
York,
different from their
some research
vision
and
shows
famous
up,
novelists
it looks
tell
like a
me what's
potato.
missing here.
I
Let's
mean,
start
a
with
good
the
example of
latest
this,
details.
going back as an example, Watch Dogs 1, if in that game it's not raining, it looks horrible. It has to rain in Watch Dogs 1 for the game to look great. Otherwise, it looks like potato in comparison.
Quotes is a part of the job. Can't dwell on it.
Okay. The Bookers. Oh, the ones from
The cult was a
Bioshock.
tree. The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake.
Yes, they were. A potato. Oh, look. I think you found something. What?
So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay.
Can we see the Steam Deck? Yeah. In the next stream, which is coming right after this one. Oh, you're hiding clues for me.
Thanks. This could prove to be
Thanks.
helpful.
Colt's necklace. Perfect.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go.
Yeah, so far it's a GPU stream, but right after this stream, we're doing the Steam Deck. Don't worry, it will redirect you automatically. I just want to get back to the forest.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, bland is the word that I'm looking for. This game doesn't look bland so far. I mean, I've been only in the forest once and in the city once. I haven't been here at nighttime yet.
Ah, morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests.
So yeah, that's how I know. Usually, that's my way of measuring it.
More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
I mean, so far so good, but this is a linear thing. And I'm playing on low settings. So. Low settings and still looks good. Although the shadows are pretty funny. The shadows from far away that don't load great. That I have no insights with this shadow. That's pretty funny.
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name.
No, it's not bad at all.
Very weird.
I'm just being nitpicky. But what I'm saying is, there's a big performance hit in comparison to the previous game, Control, on the same engine. But they're pushing more visuals. And Control was on PS4, this one is not.
Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible.
Yeah, the 580 is 2 FPS. I don't know how. Yeah, I know. Because mesh shaders.
Oh, this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station. Anything you need?
I'm sorry about the boring start.
We appreciate the support.
If it was for me, I would go straight to the part where I get chased in the forest or something, but it's part of it. I want to show this accurately.
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess.
Yeah, F for the RX before 6,000 series cards from AMD.
Examinations. Yes.
Alright. Medium preset? Not yet. Let me get to the forest. I think I found the resolution. I still don't, I'm not sure about how much FSR I'll need. So allow me a moment to get to the forest. Because if I only look at the city, it's not fair.
Okay. Let's take a look at outpatient.
Okay.
I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination.
Yeah, sure. I got an email at 2 a.m. Oh, nothing important.
What was the cause of death?
Probably a major hole in the chest.
The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up.
Why did he die?
Like
a gaping hole in the chest.
A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy.
Yeah, interiors look amazing.
Defensive wounds.
Definitely.
He put up a fight.
I mean, even outside in the city at daytime, which is usually the least you're going to see, still looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, the visuals are great, and I'm playing on low. I haven't seen this game on high yet.
Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us.
Yeah, medium VRAM usage. What do you mean? Medium at that VRAM usage? I mean, it's using 4 gigs. Yeah. Think. I'm not thinking. I'm just dragging images. Cause of this tattoo. Okay, that's about crack. I'm not showing that. Cause of death. Text under the victim's skin.
Doesn't look right.
It was the ink. Okay, tattoo.
Text is smudged. Looks inverted.
Joints what? Indicate long-term water exposure. No, that doesn't go there. There we go. Sorry. It's a little bit slow. It feels a bit sluggish on this, but I'm not thinking. It doesn't seem that I can do it wrong. I'm just dragging images until it matches. Focus extreme multiple attackers wearing deer masks, chanting and tearing into the guy with knives. Okay. Knives. There we go. Oh, I'm a detective. Oh my god.
We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer.
With all this evidence, I got this picture somehow. Awesome.
I need to know more about the code of the tree if I'm going to shut.
Yeah, sure. Okay, they're really dragging this on a bit. What kind of cult? Cult with masks. Cult necklace with a triangle. The Illuminati. I resolved the issue. What's the Illuminati?
Nope.
No. What about this? Who's involved? Cult psychology. What kind of cult? Cult symbols. Wilmer, ¿todo bien? I mean, yeah, considering it's slow, it looks amazing, you know. I wonder how it looks on high. I mean, I see a lot of texture popping, but we have 4 gigs of VRAM. So yeah. But indoors do not disappoint at all. I'm pretty surprised.
Must be locked from the other side.
Okay, what's next? Oh, of course. Oh, I have a gun. This is a Resident Evil 7 and onwards inventory. What the hell? Yeah, also the quick slots. What the hell? This is the same. Okay. Interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, finally some combat. Safe havens will restore some of your health. Okay. Oh, how convenient. Please tell me it's going to chase me. Oh, finally. Oh, look at it. Dude. Okay, it looks a million times better. Am I dead? Yep, I died. Okay, this is not how the story goes. Thank God. It looks so much better when no one is speaking and I'm just moving around. Okay. So I get some health back.
Need to be in the light.
Oh, I see. Oh great, this close. I'm going to die, right? Okay. So that was not the plan. Okay, let me double check the controls. What bothers me is that I'm not restarting right away where I left off. I just have to go through the cinematic again. Okay, try to stay in the light to avoid being detected. Oh, okay, it's the other way around. That's pretty funny. No, I'm not home. Oh, okay.
See me in the light.
Cool. I'm not home.
My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back.
I had my gun in my hand. Okay.
Gotta move. Now.
Run! Run for the hills! Gun. I'm trying. I wasn't paying attention. I move out of the light thinking, okay, I need to be in the dark. And I wasn't. My brain. Okay, the chapter ended. Good. Please tell me I'm in the forest now. Yeah, he got better, guys. See? They didn't kill him.
He didn't have a heart, but he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
I love that Sam Lake doesn't care. Sam Lake is like, oh, whatever. Let's get some
We need to
coffee.
figure that out if we're gonna do anything. Somehow we need to make sense of this.
There is no sense.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake.
Oh, Alan Wake is
Saga
speaking.
had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual.
No 1660 Super, but it will be faster than
Stop
this.
the monster.
Okay, cool. We were attacked by a dead man.
There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but
Yeah, that was what happened.
Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
No creo, Uriel. No creo que
He
cambie
seemed
mucho.
anxious. The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster.
The light is your salvation.
Is
Yeah,
that
usually in
connection?
games they tell you do
Looks
not
to
be
me
in the
like
light.
cult of the tree
They'll
is
see ya.
performing rituals.
Is Alan awake? Not yet. Alan's sleep. It's 2 a.m. Jesus Christ. Oh, of course. I forgot that I have a brain.
A dead man turned into a monster.
Yeah. Am I in a video game? Find a way in will be difficult. Nah. I just need to go to the next checkpoint. I'm not reading. Oh, of course, there will be no music because I turned it off. Let's go back. Thank you. Let's go back, yes. Change no FSR to FSR native. Still using FSR. Okay.
We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets
Native.
hurt.
Okay.
Okay. Also, the FOB is a little bit low. Oh, hi there.
We heard gunshots. Y'all okay?
Yeah, we're fine. Most of us are fine.
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are officers down.
What?
You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
After this, I'm testing the 1050 Ti, which of course will be at 2 FPS. It will just be a meme. After that, we're doing the 3050, then the 3060, then we'll do the Steam Deck, which will be a separate live stream. Shouldn't take super long.
They're a fine pair.
And yeah, that's basically the plan. The thing is, I need to get to the forest first.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need
Yeah,
to
no.
be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can
But
you
it's
call it
taking
in,
me
Casey?
an hour to get to the part that I want to get to.
Yeah, yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been run
Yeah,
yet.
best low graphics ever. Yeah,
Writing these pages
yeah,
isn't
definitely.
plain.
Especially after that
I agree.
fight, that there was
But it's our best lead.
the real-time shadows with the lamp. It was great. Usually those things are missing. The car can be used to travel. Awesome. It's like a car in real life. What do you mean 720p? 1280 by 720.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago. He was
Not surprised, Uriel. The heart. Okay. So this is what I was
the
looking
page
for.
says Nightingale's in something called.
So now I have a
an
gun,
overlap. Need to figure out exactly what that means.
and I'm in the forest.
Happy I'm
So
not
this should
starting
be
to
what
mess.
kills the GPU. Perfection. So as you can see, 720 native, we cannot get away with it.
Thanks. Let's start looking for Nightingale where it was
Okay,
killed.
720p with FSR on quality. Alright. Okay, there's manual saves and quick saves. Gotcha. So settings seems to me that should be like this. The low preset, which is not actually everything on low. Some stuff is on medium, which looks pretty impressive. There's also reflections. And scatter object density is on high, so there's stuff on the ground. That's pretty cool. Doesn't change performance a lot. And on render resolution, we're going to keep it at 480p, which is quality FSR at 720p. So yeah, pretty low resolution, but I think it looks okay. Okay. Considering its low settings, it looks great. But let me restart the game because I've been cycling between settings. 1080p performance FSR maybe? No. It's not the same, guys. That's 540p, not 480p. And there the base will be 1080p. So it's a lower frame rate. It's a higher resolution, so it's a lower frame rate. So unfortunately, it doesn't work like that exactly. Because here it's doing, okay, we're doing a 720p image. Okay, that we go here, back to 720. The other one you have to upscale to 1080. So technically it doesn't make sense, but it does. It's a smaller image, basically. So 720, low preset. Let's go again. Quality FSR2. Hey, Hadyan of Radizi. It's been a while, man.
I need to come clean, Anderson.
How's it going?
I know why Nightingale was here 13 years.
Yeah. Now you cannot blame the Nouveau.
The page says Nightingale's in something called an overlap.
Okay, so either play it like this,
exactly what that means.
which looks great.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this.
Again, it's below 720p, but this card is not even the minimum requirements.
The Nightingale where it was killed.
But I mean, low looks
The
amazing.
writer of these pages knows what will happen.
And the forest is where it runs
or because they can see
poorly.
what's coming. Impossible things are happening here.
So yeah,
A world operating on
I would
different
say here,
I need to understand this.
keep it like this: 720p, quality FSR, and low
Solve the
preset.
case.
And you should be at 30 in the forest, which means 30 probably everywhere else. Heads up, FBI, open up!
Hello there. How are you folks doing? Those restricted area signs.
Are you
Hello.
authorized?
Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to meet you. And yes, Stephen here hired me to show him through the woods.
Yeah, I'm doing fine,
He's in
thanks.
town on important
Yeah, this is the requirements for the DRM.
fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC, ma'am. I'm authorized to be here.
FBC.
And I bet you two are here about that murder. Nasty stuff. How's it going?
How did you hear about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help
Well, if
us?
he speaks, I'll go away.
Tell me things.
Oh, okay.
The Koskela brothers are kind of a house.
I thought I could walk away.
Here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some
I don't think it will change much on the 1650 Super. It will be faster, but I don't think it will be at 1080p performance GPU. 1080p performance FSR GPU.
And we offer a variety of guided tours: hunting, fishing, hiking.
Oh, thank you, I can skip. What's
What
this
is
machine?
thing?
I don't care, but I
Just
need
a
to skip
monitoring
ahead.
station, ma'am.
Oh yeah, there was a machine. The Federal Bureau of Control! Guys, they said the
Stephen, we're
thing!
investigating a murder that occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
But
play the previous game if you want to know of the Bureau. So what was my objective?
A lot of things about this
IMO.
case keep bothering me.
Yeah,
But one
in
thing
his
feels
opinion,
really
that's
off.
his name.
Breaker's disappearance. I don't get the feeling Nightingale was responsible.
3054 gigabytes of VRAM work with 1080p performance, I don't know. That's probably a laptop GPU. Depends on the TDP. Probably faster than this card, but still, don't know for sure.
Spontaneous combustion? I don't know. Not the kind of disappearance we normally solve. Our crime
So, yeah.
scene's drowning. I never minded.
Let's swap GPUs because otherwise we'll be here forever.
No sign of Nightingale.
So at least in the forest, it seems to be the poor place on performance side. There's more reflections, there's more transparencies, and now we actually have a gun, so we can actually do things in the game. So I'd say this is a good place to test the GPUs at the moment.
Nightingale. I'll see where these footprints lead. Can you comb through the crime scene one
So
more
yeah,
time?
I would say 720p low on the 1650 with a quality FSR. And if you're getting 30s in the forest, you should be getting 30s in the other locations that have less foliage all around them. So yeah, I expected worse, honestly. I'm surprised. And low looks very good. It has screen space reflections and everything. And SSAO and what else? What am I missing? Yeah, also some GI, actually. So yeah, in that way I'm pretty impressed. So low actually means this, not this. Because if you actually go to the lowest settings, you don't have any reflections, any ambient occlusion. So if you play on the absolute lowest, it looks like this. So this does destroy the visuals. So instead of 38 FPS, if I go to low with better visuals, I only lost 3 or 4 FPS. So do yourself a favor, use the low preset. The low preset looks good, okay? I mean, the difference is huge. I'm not sure why they allow you to turn stuff off, but it's welcome. But still, not a huge, how to say, not a huge performance difference considering the boost in image quality that you get. So yeah, not in the requirements, but it works. So let's jump into the other card, the 1050 Ti. That is not going to work. It's going to be unplayable, but we're doing it because that's what we do here. So, one sec. We gotta, oh, hang on. Windows has to do its thing. Yeah, that's a huge visual difference for only 3 FPS, so why not take it? Jerry, what does that even mean? I hear that question a lot, but I don't understand what you mean. I'm starting to download the game on the Steam Deck as well, while I'm at it. Okay. Alright guys, so I'm downloading Alan Wake 2 on the Steam Deck with the Heroic Games Launcher. You probably cannot see this. Whoa, yeah, my camera doesn't like that. But it's downloading, so we'll try it on the Steam Deck as well. It'll be fun. Did you guys get frame time spikes in Mirage? Yeah, but when doing very long distances. Usually when I was either entering the city or exiting the city. After that, it was fine. You could play on Linux someday. Yeah, no, thanks. I play Linux because of Steam Deck. Then after that, I mean, I don't like having to use Windows, but it's the easiest way. Most people are going to do that, so yeah. I mean, and there's already issues on Windows, so imagine if people are having trouble troubleshooting on Windows. Well, it's harder to troubleshoot on a Mac, so yeah. Is playable on 1650? Yes, sir. Just play it at 720, low preset, not the lowest, just low preset, which has pretty good visuals. Quality FSR on 720p, and you should be at 30 in the forest. I don't know later areas, but the forest appears to be the worst so far. Yeah, you should be fine, Arian. How do you think it's going to work on 1650 Super? Maybe 5 frames ahead, something like that. You should be able to do 900p quality FSR with the same settings. What are the thoughts on Lenovo Go versus Ally versus Tech? I mean, performance, obviously, the deck is the slowest one, but with lower power, the deck actually maintains pretty interesting performance. The thing is, I don't like that they have 1080p panels. Well, 1200p and 1600p panels. So yeah, that's the biggest drawback to me. And the support as well of the hardware. Let's swap. Alright, this will be the quickest one because, well, I'll launch the game, it'll work at 1 FPS, and that's it. We should be swapping to the 3050 after that, pretty quickly. Okay, when you're playing as Alan Wake, gameplay has 10 FPS more, makes sense. I mean, the city doesn't have that much foliage, has more reflections, but foliage seems to be what kills the engine the most. Okay guys, welcome to the funeral of the 1050 Ti. Hold. Let the legend come back to life. You gotta try it. Join my turf, you see the 1050 Ti. Alright. We got this. Alan Wake, wake up. Local file, yeah, sure. Newer. Has this card, you gave it to him 5 years ago? Well, yeah. At that point it was only 2 years old, now it's 7. Interesting how fast time passes. Go! Okay, we're in the game. Okay, the menu is very smooth. Let me start at 720p with performance, FSR. Okay. Yeah, performance FSR at 720p with low settings, not the lowest because it doesn't seem to make a whole lot of difference. Here we go. Yeah, the Alan Wake game ready drivers are here. Yeah, I used those just before the live stream started.
He was about to give you more of those pages.
Yeah, no.
Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him?
Yeah, not going to happen, guys.
His combustion? I don't know.
Even the audio is delayed.
We normally solve.
Yeah, basically, this is half 720p. This is, yeah, 140p. It's 144p, guys. Sorry, 360p. My bad. 144p would be lower. Hang on, let me do it for you. 240p.
No sign of Nightingale, but the page did place him at Cauldron Lake in an overlap.
And it runs
So
the
how do
same.
we follow
So yeah. So F's in the chat for the 1050 Ti. If I look at the ground, I get closer to the 24 FPS range. But we're not there yet. Maybe one day. Beautiful. Yeah, I expected 2 FPS, not 14. So that's a big improvement. That pixel over there looks dangerous. Let's shoot him. So yeah, thanks for the paying respects to the 1050 Ti. Let's move ahead. Because otherwise I won't sleep. It's been an hour and a half already. Gotta move. I gotta work tomorrow. And it's 2:30 a.m. Alright, here we go. Explosions everywhere. Alan Wake 2, 1050 Ti, kaboom. Jericho, kaboom. Yeah, you can see every other frame on the animation for reloading the gun. Yeah. Exactly the same. Oh yeah, elevator music. Why not 144p? At that point it doesn't make a difference. When you drop the resolution that low, 240p, going lower than that doesn't change anything at the point. So yeah, we're going to do 1080p medium. Let's start with low. Native DLSS, because this game has DLSS, so it will be easier that way. So the 3050 performs similar to a 2060, a bit slower, but has 8 gigs of VRAM instead. So it should give us an edge on textures, but the requirements say, hey, if you want to play this at 30, play it at 1080p quality on low settings. We'll see if they were right or not. Only time will tell. Yeah, during the Ethereum crisis, the 1050 Ti was the savior. Yeah, the only card that you could buy. All right, so we start with 1080p. DLSS on. Oh, you can use DLAA. Huh. Okay. Okay, let me start with low, like we did, like they say in the requirements, just to see what happens. We also have ray tracing, which I'm going to use later, probably. We'll see. First, let me do rasterized performance. Yeah, it's because of the mesh shaders. Yeah, the mesh shaders make a big difference.
He was about to give you more of those.
Wow, it looks amazing.
Something didn't want us to have them, or was protecting.
Guys, keep in mind this is the first time I saw the game
I don't know.
at over 720p.
Kind of disappearance we normally saw.
Although on low, I mean, this is the minimum requirements. I could easily push this. Come on, man. This is supposed to be the most demanding area. One of the most demanding areas.
But the page did place him at.
So we can crank it up very easy. On 1080p native, it's probably what, 30? Yeah.
So how do we follow him?
Well, this is DLAA actually.
Something around here will tell us.
Interesting. It looks amazing with DLAA. So I think it's time to do medium. Let's do medium. I don't know what. Well, medium has textures on high. Volumetrics on medium. Glow illumination on high. Shadow filtering on high. Okay. Lots of things are on high with medium. That's odd. Sounds weird when I say it like that. Yeah, native res is a myth. Okay, so this is 30. Okay, yeah, I notice better shading here. Yeah, the filtering of the shadows. But the reflection, yeah, it's the nature of being screen space reflections. Yeah, I can see the trees here, but they don't have the leaves around them. It's like, it's a bit trippy actually. Well, it's Alan Wake. It's kind of the point.
We've seen this symbol before.
Good eye.
Still, looks amazing. I think it's a good time, guys, to do DLSS native versus DLSS quality. There's a lot of motion in this, so let me see if I can record this without killing my PC in the process. Hopefully I don't overload the encoder. Here we go. Wish me luck. 3, 2, 1. 8 seconds. Yeah, I'm dropping frames. Dang it. That's okay. You'll understand once I finish recording this. 1 sec. Seconds. Okay. All right, guys. So I recorded native resolution. Quality DLSS versus native. For some reason, I cannot turn off any upscaler. So it's not the same as not using. I mean, you either use DLAA or you don't. So yeah, let's do that quick comparison. Shouldn't take long. It's so late, man. My brain stopped working 5 hours ago. Here we go. iCat. All right. So this is not native. This is DLAA. I have no option between them, unfortunately. I'll put DLAA at the side because I don't have a choice. This is at the right. Okay. So, should be pretty clear. Okay, of course, the native res will be performing way worse. Oh, hold up. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So the reflections look worse, obviously. Yeah, way worse, actually. Which is understandable. Yeah, a lot more graininess to the reflection. But again, this is the difference between 43 FPS. There's a 10 FPS difference. Some grain in the ground is fine. But there's less points to, well, and there's no aliasing on the trees. So the image is way better. Let's see. Also, guys, I'm doing a 133% zoom. Usually, I look for things that are in motion. I don't know. Still looks good to me. The thing is, the reflection is the most obvious difference. Way more grainy reflections. Let's see our character. Yeah, still fine. I mean, I wouldn't give away 10 FPS for slightly better looking reflections. I don't know. Well, slightly. It's a big difference when you look closely, but I don't know, man. You guys tell me. Hope that was insightful. Personally, I would just use quality DLSS instead of DLAA. DLAA looks nice, but the performance hit is huge. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty hot in here. Sorry, guys. So yeah, what I would say personally, I would use quality DLSS because it's either that or DLAA, and DLAA is very intensive so far. Yeah, you get worse screen space, but there's still screen space. Let me see, let me see if I use FSR2 native, how that runs instead. So if I use DLSS native, which is DLAA, it's not native actually, but still 31. And if I use FSR without the upscaling nonsense, okay, it runs almost the same, but it looks worse. Okay. So actually DLAA doesn't sound so bad now. Okay. Interesting. So you're using upscaling, or whether you like it or not. And if you're using a native resolution, it acts as anti-aliasing, which is nice. But it would be nice to have a choice. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, again, the game is probably going to drop into the upper 20s at some point, especially when being chased around. So what I would do is to just use quality DLSS. The game already looks soft, and you just get grainier. It's more obvious the graininess of the screen space reflection. But I don't know, the visuals kind of fit it. So let me increase the settings to high. Let's see what happens. Since we have room to spare now, we might as well. I don't know what settings a PS5 is using. Probably medium. So let's see. Okay. So you can play... Hang on. High 41 FPS. Medium. Okay. High and medium run the same here. 43 on medium. And on high is 42. Okay. So it's either high or low. No in between. Can you run Alan Wake 2? Yes. We can. Let me... Oh, probably... Okay. Probably these are the demanded settings. Okay, Remedy did their homework. Shadow detail. Okay. I see. These are the settings that are lowered in Control, actually. Volumetrics on the spotlights, and in general, the shadow resolution and the shadow detail. And then, well, I also lowered the global reflections on Control. But on the high preset, they don't put everything on the highest, which is interesting. I think they know what they're doing. And I don't know why post-processing quality. Halo effects, blurring of objects that are not in focus. But I turned those off. It's probably for the cinematics or something. I don't know. Okay. So 41 on high. 41 versus... Okay, the post-processing one has a big impact. But I don't know what it does exactly. Let's see. Well, volumetric. This is probably going to kill the performance, the volumetrics. Yeah, we lost 10 FPS. Yeah, that's a huge loss. So volumetrics, I'll keep it on medium. Let's see shadow resolution. This one is probably going to hurt. So, okay, yeah. Also, 7 FPS less with shadow quality on high. The resolution, sorry. Yeah, shadow resolution on medium is fine. Then shadow detail, this is probably demanded as well. Instead of 40 we get... No, it's the same. Oh. Whoops, sorry about that guys. I got disconnected for a microsecond. I'm back. So as I was saying, shadow detail didn't seem to care much. So this is basically mid-high. If you do the high preset, it's basically a mix of medium and high. There's not much around it. I wouldn't use volumetrics, nothing over medium, at least so far. And going over this doesn't make sense. At least I cannot notice much of a difference. I'm not pixel peeping, of course. But I think this is fine, like this. So yeah, we're going to stay on high for now. We'll see if we find, once we find something more demanding. Okay, low, what do we drop? Volumetrics. Okay, yeah, probably volumetrics is the biggest one, actually. On high, 40, if I lower the volumetrics significantly, like on control, nothing happens. Okay, I got a couple extra ones, but yeah, I wouldn't bother much. I don't know. So yeah, I would say so far I'll play a little bit more. So 1080p quality DLSS, the high quality option, which is a mix of medium and high. Actually, it's not high per se, which is interesting. And medium is not medium, so I'm confused, but that's fine. And we're going to try higher resolutions after this, but I think this is a good reference. The high preset, then we're going to try ray tracing, but let's move ahead a little. Let's see if it stays over 30.
Bare feet.
Bare feet.
I'll see where these.
Yeah, I'll try ray tracing.
Can you comb through the
PS4 experience, it doesn't run on PlayStation 4.
On it. If anything comes up, I'll radio you.
I wish it would run way better on PC if it was on PS4. Okay, nobody here.
The tracks lead into the water.
Oh,
Where'd
great.
you go from here?
Okay, this is going to be nice with ray tracing, actually. Yeah, just rename the presets to performance, balance, and quality. Yeah, agreed. You know what, guys? I'm going to try ray tracing. So, okay, let's do this correctly. We have 8 gigs of VRAM with ultra textures. We're at 7 gigabytes already, so medium textures. Maybe it's using all the VRAM available, but that's another point. Okay. So what I'm going to do, yeah, I'll put it on medium and try some ray tracing. Okay, so first we got ray reconstruction. When on desetting disables the noising for ray trace direct lighting and path tracing direct lighting, and disables global reflections SSAO. Okay, so this path tracing direct lighting controls what the ray tracing technique is used for direct lighting, affecting how light shines onto objects. When on, you can adjust the noising quality. Okay. Oh, here's the path tracing. My bad. Okay. Transparency. This is for glass. But there are presets. So let's try low ray tracing. Let's do the stupid way first. So with low ray tracing preset, we should have, well, ray reconstruction, no path tracing, and direct lighting, which says how light shines onto objects. Okay. Transparency on low. This is mirror light reflectivity without blocking details. So this should affect the reflections, basically. All right. Okay, so this is the normal ray tracing, basically. Without path tracing, that this is, well, the same one as in Cyberpunk. Okay, 24 FPS is half the frame rate. So let me see if I... Oh, fuck.
I can feel something.
Son of a bitch! That caught me off guard.
Nightingale isn't far.
Son of a bitch. It got me good. Let's go back to the reflection. Oh man, that woke me up at least. I'm back, guys. Jesus. That was very cinematic. Yeah, I decided to die live. Anyway. So the reflections do not disappear. Awesome, finally. My reflections do not disappear. That was insane. That got me hard. Hard. Nice stick, bro. What happens if I disable the ray reconstruction? Ugh, looks horrible. Yeah, bad time to do a jump scare. Okay, so if I put the denoiser on high with the normal ray tracing, I get these very pixelated grainy reflections. Doesn't look good. And it runs pretty bad. It runs at 22 FPS versus with ray reconstruction I can do, instead of 22, I get 21. And it looks way better. Although it looks a little bit unnatural. It's like the rain is not affecting the water surface. So yeah, the reflection looks better. There's no noise around it, but the rain barely touches the ground now. So we're losing detail there. I'm a little bit unhappy about it. Oh no, you know what? It wasn't raindrops, it was the graininess of a reflection. It wasn't rain. Okay, my bad. So it runs the same whether I use ray reconstruction or not. Gotcha. I want to see what transparency high does. Probably nothing good. Okay, instead of 21 FPS I get 15. Okay. So I would say use whichever of these two you want, but make sure to lower to balance maybe. I don't know if balance or performance. Yeah, no, balance is not good enough. What else am I doing here? Refine on textures. Shadow filtering. Oh, global illumination. Ugh. Okay, I could just push it to medium. Okay. It's funny that it has this many options, but very few do something. So this is like, when you put direct lighting means, okay, we're doing ray tracing. Okay, that's it. But then if you select this option, this is path tracing, that is the way more demanding one, like we see in Cyberpunk. So you basically only need to do this. You go here. Oh, wait. Okay, I don't need the indirect lighting. My bad. Okay. I hate when the game turns things on without telling you. Direct lighting, it's only for global illumination. But it seems that you cannot do ray reconstruction without direct lighting. So maybe we can only keep the reflections? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I figured it out. Okay. So that was why I was using global illumination as well. That's why it was at 21 FPS. So guys, in my opinion, when it comes to ray tracing, I rather just improve the reflections, because when you have no ray tracing, you get this. That you look down and you lose the reflection. In my opinion, not a big deal. To me, it's like, whatever. It looks good. But if you want to use any ray tracing, the one that you'll notice right away is the one for the reflections, because the reflections don't break up. That's basically it. So transparency low. Transparency low ray tracing. And that's basically it. Balance DLSS, not quality. And medium settings. Awesome. Okay, so low transparency, basically medium to high. It's basically a medium preset with some stuff kicked down to medium. DLSS balanced on 1080p, and you will get something like this. So you don't lose the reflection anymore, and you're about 30 in theory. And there is no ray reconstruction because they don't allow us to use it without the direct lighting. The key is not to look down. Yeah, I agree. I mean, again, if you want to use any form of ray tracing on this card, I will recommend this one because it's the most obvious application of it. So yeah, I'm waiting for another jump scare. Here we go. Oh, batteries. Awesome. It's finally an Alan Wake game. Whoa. Good, it's going to teach me about lighting. It's perfect because I found a place that has reflections everywhere. If you want ray tracing in a 3070 Ti or more, well, look at me now. I'm playing with ray tracing on a 3050. Who is laughing now? Me, at 30 FPS. Here it drops, so yeah, whatever. But there's people that want to play with ray tracing anyway. I mean, it's definitely a tech still in its infancy, but it's nice to finally see it in games. But you can if you want to. The thing is, don't waste performance on things that you're not going to notice. Oh no, what now? The witch. Am I going to get jump scared again? Can I put my face behind? Oh, really? I cannot. Oh man, why? I want to put my face in there. Okay, there we go.
What is that? These aren't the same tracks that were here before. They're headed into the tree, not out of it.
Oh yeah. Okay, middle mouse button. Okay, more jump scares.
Flashlight burned the dark stuff away. It was covering another page.
The fuse was in
Do you recommend RT? If you don't like screen space reflections, sure, go for it. But the performance hit is huge, which is the usual.
That stood out to Saga, as if the light had
So, do I recommend it? Yeah, why not? It works. It does what it's advertised.
I trust the pages.
You don't lose the reflection when you look down. But otherwise, I mean, you also have glow illumination, which is probably coming to play more in the city sections when you're playing as Alan Wake. But at the same time, I saw PS5 gameplay that doesn't have ray tracing, and it still looked great. So yeah, I think you're not missing on a lot with turning off ray tracing. That's what I'm trying to say. But if you want to spend ray tracing performance on something, let it be reflections, because it's the most obvious one. That's what I'm trying to say. 750 Ti, no, not going to launch. So yeah, if you want to do ray tracing, make sure to use low transparency, and you should be good. If you want to use direct lighting for some reason, this is global illumination, which looks good, don't get me wrong, but it's less obvious if you're not used to looking at ray tracing. And you get a huge performance boost without it. So my advice for this card, 1080p, high settings, 720p quality, which is quality DLSS. So DLSS quality on 1080p on high settings. Basically, which high settings is a mix of medium and high. Just keep it like this and you should be good. I mean, instead of being into the 30s, you're into the 40s. You have some room to spare. How is the quality of the image? It looks great. I would say quality DLSS looks almost the same as native. I made a comparison. What looks different with DLSS quality versus DLAA at first glance, of course, is that the reflection,
Okay.
the reflections are
I found
noisier.
another page.
It's like they
Following
put
up on a lead. Keep
edges
checking in.
where they shouldn't
The
be.
fuse box is missing a fuse. I need to find one to turn
Okay.
on the lights.
So I got lost. What was I saying?
The page described the hut being lit and mentioned a fuse.
Good. So I was saying something and I got lost in the middle. Oh yeah, the reflections. The difference I noticed with using DLSS quality versus DLAA, which would be native with DLSS as anti-aliasing, is that in the native one, nice physics by the way, in the native one, there was, in the screen space reflection, there was no over sharpened reflections. The grainy reflections weren't that obvious. So I think you can get away with it. I mean, the game with quality DLSS looks great. On 1080p even. Oh, great. Does it look better than RE4 Remake in your opinion? I mean, RE4 Remake doesn't have DLSS, it has FSR. Believe me, I modded the hell out of DLSS on RE4. I think visually it's superior, but you cannot tell me that RE4 doesn't look good. I mean, this looks great, but RE4, I can run it 4K DLSS performance at 140 FPS on my 4070 Ti. I mean, the performance difference is too big, and the maps on RE4 are larger, as far as I know. But it's completely different technology. So visually, yeah, sure, it's superior. But at the same time, I don't know, Resident Evil 4 Remake has a great art style. I don't know what's wrong with the with the screen space rain there. I think DLSS doesn't know what to do with it. 3070 runs it pretty good, 1440p high settings, DLSS quality, awesome. I mean, guys, remember we're below the minimum requirements here. The 2060 is the minimum, but this is slower than a 2060. The 3050 is slower. But it has more VRAM, so we can get away with ray tracing more often. Cannot wait for the jump scares. Oh, this is not ray tracing. Sorry, guys. Forgot to update the text. Yeah, I mean, on the horror aspect, sells it better than RE4. I think the dark environments are better realized. Definitely. Even on low, this
Kid's
looks
lunchbox?
amazing. So,
An Alex Casey movie lunchbox.
well, the reflections in RE4
Casey
Remake are
hates
very
them, jokes about
disappointing. I don't like how they
coincidentally
do
having the same
screen
name
space
as a fake
reflections in that game.
detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
Weapon upgrade. What? Oh, nice. I don't have enough to upgrade anything. So yeah, I think the darkness is better realized in this game, and the reflections. But that makes sense because this is the people that made Control. So, reflections had to be top notch. Yeah, it's completely playable on the 3050. I'm playing on high settings, on quality DLSS. I could do minimal low with native resolution if I wanted to, but I think it's a waste because it already looks good here. I tried the 1050 Ti, it was 15 FPS at 720p. Oh, this part was in the trailer. I remember this section. This was shown at the trailer. There was like a big guy coming through this wall. How convenient. Yeah, I also like how they do the materials in this engine. Well, the physics. Can I shoot this red thing and make it explode? No. Never mind. It sucks. Unplayable. 1 out of 10. Would not recommend. Doesn't explode. Oh, nice. Glass. Oink. Yeah, it would be nice to see the combat, but I need to solve a murder first. Okay, campgrounds. Let's go camping. Okay, witch's hut. I've already been there. Okay, this is where it started. Max Payne was expecting me. I mean, look at this, the shine. Yeah, I love the materials. Oh man, it's 3 AM. Guys, I had to cut this a little bit shorter, so I'm going to speedrun through 1440p. I'm skipping 4K for this one. I apologize, but it's 3 AM and I have work tomorrow. And wow, I'm trying. So I cannot be too crazy about things today. So yeah. Basically, play on high settings, 1080p, quality DLSS. That's basically the advice. Let's see 1440p. Okay, on high it's too much, which completely understandable. Also, I think there's no audio. Hold up. Yeah, if you get an error message when launching the game, click OK and the game will continue. The game doesn't care. The game says, hey dude, you don't have what is needed to play the game. Do you want to continue? Yeah, sure. Yeah, 1440p, just skip it. Even with DLSS quality. This is medium. Let's try medium with balanced. Okay. So you can do 1440p medium with balanced. And honestly, it still looks great. What I'm missing, I mean, the edges look a bit better, especially the hair. Otherwise, I'm good. I don't know, the presentation itself is like, okay, the edges look like this. It doesn't differ much from it. Yeah, I'm noticing that's the biggest difference. The clarity of some text, for example, in the, and I can see more texture in the jacket. That's small detail. But the game still looks like Alan Wake 2, which is a good thing. I decided not to read this. Who is going to pop out of this? Come on. Frick the witch. Oh, hold up. I know what I have to do. This? No. I'm doing fine. What about you, man? The performance, if you have a 10,000 V or lower, F. Basically. But hey, the game looks good. I'm pretty impressed. let's do the 3060. Otherwise, I'll be here all night, and I still have to do the Steam Deck, which, by the way, we already have the game downloaded on the Steam Deck. So hopefully that stream isn't super long, but I need to get to it as well. So let's move ahead. There we go. Oh man, I'm tired. Almost there. Will we play with a 3050 Ryzen 7 5800H? I guess so. As long as the TDP of that card is high enough, shouldn't be an issue. Alright, we're back in. Welcome back, 3060. And this one should easily handle 1080p. So I'm going for 1080p high, DLSS native. And let's get to it. AM, solo quiero ver a Steam Deck porque sí, mal. Tranqui, ya llegamos. Yeah guys, Steam Deck coming right after this one. It's a separate stream, but it will redirect you so you don't have to do anything. So simple, easy. Alright. 1080p. Huh. What the? Oh, my bad. There we go. 1080p high. And let it stay on high. High preset, let's call it, so people don't misunderstand. The high preset is a mix of medium and high, oddly enough. They really do know what kills performance. So, 1080p, high, the high preset. And native resolution with DLSS as anti-aliasing. Would you say the game reflects the GPUs that are required? I mean, the game looks amazing.
The fuse was in place.
But just don't expect it to run.
Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out.
Oh, I thought it was stuck into the drain. Sorry.
The light had manifested them.
The witch's hut. Okay.
So as I was saying, visually the game is amazing. Then, I mean, I cannot judge. I just see the game looks amazing, and it even works on a 1650. The thing is, a part of the hardware that the game needs is not on all GPUs of that caliber. So, for example, you have a 1070. GTX 1070 is faster than a 1650. Yeah, obviously, but it doesn't have the mesh shaders, so it's going to run. It's going to be unplayable on a 1070. So you might say, oh no, the game doesn't run great because the 1070 cannot handle it. Yeah, but no. So see what I mean? It's kind of old architecture discussion that we have each time. So yeah, I think the visuals are great, but the game is demanding. That's all I can say. Then if it's worth it or not is up to you.
Witch's
Really.
hut.
Anderson, I thought I saw something in the woods.
But considering the requirements, I think they put that those requirements very high so people don't complain. I know that not all are high. I understand that, sir. That's not the point. If you go anything over this, it doesn't make sense.
Another page.
But I'll play the
Following
game.
up on a lead. Keep checking
So,
in.
41 FPS, 42. Looking at the random place. If I crank it up to the highest, it's kind of a missing the point here. I think these settings you're not going to notice much of a visual difference between the high preset and everything on high. I mean, yeah, sure. But it's 30 FPS versus, okay, 37. It's not as big as I initially anticipated. The thing is, you can do it, but you lose a few FPS that you could use on something else. Ugh, Jesus. What I did notice that is a huge difference. I'm not sure if it's the shadow detail. Wow. Yeah, the resolution of the shadows, basically, the smaller details. That's what you're putting the high settings up there for. Still, it looks great. But my advice again, do this. It's lower volumetric lighting resolution. Everything that you lower in normal games is lowered by default on the high preset. I don't think it's worth increasing these settings. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I call it high preset. So if you want to do native, you'll still be over 30. On the other one you can drop below 30. But I wouldn't do native resolution in this game, considering the performance impact. You can get something much better. The thing is, what else I can lower to get 60s, because I was expecting to get 60s already. Maybe I was asking for too much. But it's funny that they, on the high preset, they don't put everything on high. It's very stupid. I would say put an option called Ultra and be done with it. I guess it's so that people don't complain again.
Page described the hut being lit and mentioned a fuse.
Yeah, I mean, guys, come on. The Pascal GPUs, the 1070, the 1080, came out 7 years ago. I'm 28. I was 21 when those cards came out. 7 years ago, when the 1070 came out, we had a GTX 550 Ti. And at that time, you were not expecting a 550 Ti to do what a 1070 can do. 7 years ago. But it was going to happen sooner or later. So, yeah. What I'm not sure is how to get 60s. That's my biggest... Let me see if I put it on low. Low actually looks pretty good. So, let's see if we can sacrifice some eye candy for that. Well, kinda. Okay. I think that did it. Still, I was expecting more, but low still looks good. Whoa. There's some artifacts. But I can see the difference between low and medium very, very quickly now. It's hard to unsee now. Oh man, what a performance hit. Yeah, no, technology won't stay the same, and people hate change, which is understandable, but I mean, the game doesn't care about your feelings. I mean, the people that are complaining about it doesn't work on a 1070 or even on a 1030 or 1050 Ti are the same people that say, oh, games look horrible nowadays. I mean, like, what do you want? Yeah, we'll still play Atari games. Yeah, exactly. Man, but it's so hard to get 60s. It's insane. So one option is to play on low with balanced DLSS. Again, this is one of those cases where low settings looks good. Although it's not ray traced or anything, it's rasterized. Oh, hang on. It's delayed, the audio. There we go. Sorry guys. Is it playable with 3050? Yeah, completely. Just don't expect 60s. 60s is just another level. No, mira que el cesado en este juego, como le decimos en español, no come tanto rendimiento. Yeah, guys. Between low and medium there is a performance difference, definitely. And visual is an improvement, but I want to see if I can do a balance between low and medium instead of just lowering the resolution. But I don't want to stay here all day, sorry, all morning. So let me see what changes. Okay, the shadow resolution is probably a big one. Shadow detail should be a medium. Medium versus low. Yeah, well, on the medium preset some stuff is on high, which is pretty funny. Let's try that. Custom medium presets. It says custom medium because on medium in real life in this game, when you put it on medium, the game actually is on medium to high. So yeah. Okay. That did it actually. Huh. Okay, that's pretty funny. Guys, put every option on medium and you should be fine. I think the issue was that some graphics didn't change when I touched the preset. Yeah, see, if I try to change the post-processing quality, if I put it on ultra, low, medium, whatever, and I'm breaking the visuals as well, the post-processing quality stays the same. That's freaking stupid. I love when options menus are inconsistent. Yeah, it was the post-processing quality. Okay. We got him. Cool. So, fine. I think I have an idea on how to tackle this. Give me one sec. Fog, we don't care. This is fine. Okay. This should do it. Ah, so close. 59, unplayable, guys. 59 FPS. No, I cannot play like this. What am I, a PS5 owner? 59 FPS. What difference does post-processing low and high even have? I don't know. But I know that is pretty demanding. Probably the weird effects, like, let me show you. Like this effect. Those screen space effects. That, well, Control uses a lot of it.
Clues together on the caseboard.
It's probably that. So probably Digital Foundry will explain it. I'm here for the numbers on certain cards. So I would say put everything on medium. Balance DLSS, and you should be good. Maybe lower the shadow filtering and shadow detail. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, I'll call it custom medium because again, medium is a mix between medium and high. Don't know why. So low post-processing, this is important, keep it on low. Textures can be an ultra, that's okay. Shadow detail on medium. And then this like this. So this sacrifices some reflection, but it doesn't delete it completely. And you should be over 60 basically now. Yeah, some drops below 60 here and there, but it should retain the medium setting look of the game. Which means it still looks good, but now you're closer to 60. And you probably don't want to use performance DLSS. The thing is, this is in the forest. When you're in the city, it's not this bad. Again, this is a worst case scenario type of deal. Probably going to get chased around in combat and all that.
The fuse box is missing a fuse. I need to find one to turn on the lights.
Okay, jump scare.
This fuse is busted.
Dang it. Okay, this sucks. Yeah. Friday. No. Today is Friday. Dang it. Jump scare. Any second now.
This one looks good. People should really stop littering, though.
I'm going to recharge my flashlight rather quick. Driver version, game ready driver for Alan Wake 2. I think I should lower the textures a bit because it will affect the trees. Maybe. $53. Oh no, it's the same. We're good. Okay, here we go. Fuse. Okay, so... Okay, I can save my progress. Cool. That's awesome.
Another page.
Although the skin looks weird
Making
against the
progress.
light. That's all. Maybe it's on purpose. I don't know. Okay. Although it's still not perfect, it can drop, but this is in the forest. And thank you so much, Electric Pichu, for the 6.9. Nice. Israeli shekels or shillings? I don't remember the name. Donation. Thank you so much. He says, apparently you didn't hear my alarm. Yikes. Rest in pepperonis. Yeah, she looked orange. That was weird. So yeah, some sections mostly in the forest, it can drop into the 40s. I don't know what to do about it. But balanced DLSS looks good. I'm just trying not to use performance DLSS because it's 540p on 1080p. But I like to save performance DLSS when I'm using Raytracing, which usually doesn't exist in my brain. But now that I have RTX cards, I might as well. Okay, I'm going to an unknown place. Yeah, exactly. Looks like your profile pic. That's exactly right. Okay, I'm not supposed to be here, I think. Good. You can just set a cap on hotkey and deploy it in the parts. What do you mean? Oh, 35 PS cap. Yeah, yeah. That's a way, but most people won't do it. Mortal Falls.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about
Oh yeah, the weapon upgrade thing. Yeah.
Detective.
Let me reload the previous part. On the Steam Deck in a moment. Let me check ray tracing. We do 1440p rather quick.
On the caseboard. Another page. Making progress.
I want to check those reflections. No, en 1080 se ve horrible. O sea, en YouTube. Créeme que YouTube no es una buena... No es de confianza para estas cosas. Alright. For the people asking, yeah, YouTube compression kills it, especially in 1080p, but I stream at 4K for that reason. Still not perfect, but a better experience. So, as I said on the 3050, if you're doing ray tracing, do it with something that you notice. In my case, I always notice the reflections. So I'm going to only put reflections here for ray tracing. And let's see what happens. We should get 30s, but I don't know. Okay, literally. So what's the improvement? Well, the reflections should be ray traced now. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow, the water looks good. Except when I shoot it. When I shoot it, it doesn't look good. But I like the trails that it leaves behind. So that's something that I notice. Then if you add global illumination, you're probably going to notice it if you look closely, but most people won't. So we can use this that is called direct lighting, not path tracing. Please no, this is going to kill you. Direct lighting is the global illumination and how objects react to light, which is good. Whoops, wrong keyboard. So I'm going to use that as well, since we seem to have room to spare for 30 FPS, especially in the forest. So RT direct lighting. Actually, it's called RT low. So RT low. And now, weirdly enough, I don't know if it's just me, I don't really like how ray reconstruction reconstructs the image all the time. I don't know if it's only me, but I think that the reflections just look too perfect sometimes. Like if I was looking at a water painting, I don't know. I mean, those are nice reflections, but it just looks too perfect. I don't know what you guys think. This is with ray reconstruction, which should look better. It looks different. But if I do it manually without ray reconstruction, it has noise, but it looks more realistic. I don't know. It kills the rainy look of the terrain. So I think ray reconstruction is a waste in this case. It kills all the detail. And okay, high reflections is higher quality reflections. Not much to add really. So yeah, what I would do if the performance is like this all the time would be low transparency and probably high lighting denoising, because when the indirect lighting is noisy, it's very obvious. So this should be a good balance. But I have to play further to find out. Yeah, personal preference, of course. I don't like how ray reconstruction depicts the reflection. I mean, the reflection looks more accurate, but it loses all the movement from the rain. Maybe if it wasn't raining, I would like that reflection better on ray reconstruction, but I don't know. Anyway, so if you want to do 1080p, if you want to do 30s without ray tracing, quality, put everything on high, you're good to go. If you want ray tracing, balanced, everything on medium, and you can do low transparency, direct lighting with denoising on high or ray reconstruction, whatever you like. Let's do 1440p. Now that we're here, we might as well. Oh, nice. So 1440p, same settings as before, everything on medium, manually, DLSS balanced, and RT low preset. Okay, now we're into the upper 20s. So I'm going to do one adjustment, very simple. Go to the ray tracing and disable direct lighting, and you should be good to go. So RT transparency only. Transparency low. So you don't have glow illumination here, but you have the reflections at least. So yeah, pretty good. But again, the biggest issue is the forest, and you'll be in the forest pretty often with this character, so that's why I'm doing a focus on the forest. The city will have more reflective surfaces, so that's when this setting will shine the most, literally. But the forest is quite a bit heavy. Native without DLSS? Are you serious? Hang on. Let me ray trace it a little bit further before doing that. So, if everything stays like this or better, you can do ray trace 1440p as well. So now let's turn it off. Just use medium for 1440p, medium rasterization, low transparency, balanced DLSS if you want ray tracing. Otherwise 1080p with quality, and you get the ray tracing as well. And if you want the raw pixels, let's see what happens on medium. This happens. And honestly, I compared DLSS quality versus native in this game. Screen space reflections are mostly affected. The rest really looks almost the same. And you're over 30 in comparison, so I don't know. I think it's worth using in this game. Can you put everything on max just for science? Yeah, sure. Let me first go a little bit higher with the settings at 1440p. There we go. High preset, DLSS quality, 1440p. Which again, high preset doesn't mean everything on high. Okay, yeah. If I was playing at 1440p, I'll probably play like this. Because 60s is very hard to maintain. I mean, you can get there with some tweaks, but it's not 100% 60. So yeah, medium is basically a mix of medium and high. If you manually put everything on medium, it's more close to the low preset. But again, medium and high in this game, high has better, how to say, better volumetrics, better shadows, but not on the shadow style. It's on the shadow filtering, the shadow resolution. So this the smaller details. So going from medium to high, I mean, is a very small FPS difference. If you manually put everything on high, well, that's ultra settings, but they didn't call it ultra for some reason. They just want to confuse everybody. So yeah, I'll play on high 1440p DLSS quality, and you should be good. You should be over 30, have good visuals, image stability is good. Or if you want ray tracing, put it on balanced, put it on medium, and put low transparency. Or do the 1080p configuration. And for the lulz, let's put everything on the highest, because why not? Post-processing on high, which I don't think makes a lot of sense, but it still affects performance. And let's do path tracing as well. Perfection. So 1440p max settings. DLSS quality so the game doesn't crash. Although I'll use performance actually. Freak DLSS quality. With path tracing, it's not going to be nice. I have to avoid crashing, basically. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. I was expecting way worse. This looks different. Oh. It looks different, but I don't know which. I cannot put my finger on it. I mean, apart from the frame rate, of course. I'm probably going to notice the path tracing in the city, I'm guessing, and in the... Yeah, my skin still looks orange when I'm next to the light bulb. No, I won't do arc. Not interested. Not interested. Ugh. My brain. My brain is in a blender now. Let's see the water, now that we have path tracing. Yeah, I mean, looks good. But that's it. I don't know, I don't think it's worth using. Unless you have like a 4090 or something. Feels like a waste. Yeah, I don't know. Who am I to judge? It's weird. Now it runs at 30. I think when you enable path tracing, you break the performance. That's hilarious. Yeah, enabling path tracing and disabling it again broke my frame rate. Cool. That's what I was looking for. Yep. I literally broke it. Awesome. So yeah, what's my advice for this card? 1080p. Hang on, let me restart the game first because I broke the settings. It was going to happen eventually. So I would either play on 1080p on a mix of medium and high with balanced DLSS to target 60, although 60 is very hard to get to in this game. Then at 1440p, shouldn't be an issue. You can even do ray tracing as long as you don't expect the global illumination option. So yeah, shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, I'm working on it, Giuseppe. There we go.
Thanks, Saga.
Hang on, I'm on high. Oh, I forgot to turn this off. Sorry. Post-processing quality. Please
Use the caseboard to make
disable
sense
that.
of it.
So, if I'm on 1080p, I think I'm missing something. Yeah, I think something broke. Oh no, never. Yeah. I'm not sure if something broke in the settings, because it was running better than this. Something doesn't add up. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I don't know what happened now with the game. But this looks odd. Doesn't seem to care about my settings, like, at all. Yeah. I think I broke it. Awesome. So let me tell you the settings that I recommend. I'll just tell you and be done with that. So what would I recommend? First of all, if you change the DLSS to quality instead of DLAA, honestly, the biggest difference that I saw was that on the screen space reflections, there's no excessive sharpness. When you're on DLSS, there's more sharpness, unrealistic sharpness in the reflection, which is distracting. But again, for the performance impact, I rather keep it on quality. Looks good. Then, what else? Well, on the settings, I would say use the high preset, but do not increase post-processing quality. This seems to be very heavy. I don't know why. Same with volumetrics. And the shadow resolution, I mean, you can notice that it's a higher resolution shadow, but it's so soft. The edges are so soft that I think you can keep it on medium just fine. Then on the reflections, same thing. High is okay. Scattered object density is the amount of stuff on the ground. So yeah, basically the high preset with low post-processing and DLSS on quality. That's my advice. And if you want 60s or try to get to 60s, maybe consider balanced DLSS. So balanced. And put the game on hard medium, which is custom medium, actually. And it still looks pretty good. Really, it's not that far off from high. Some details get less resolution of the shadows. The filtering is a little bit different. The volumetrics are a little bit lower resolution, but again, it's 60s or 50 to 60 versus 40s. So up to you. 1440p then, I would say high settings with quality DLSS. That's basically it. So 1440p is quality DLSS on the high preset. Again, do not touch any of these and you'll be fine. And then if you want ray tracing, put it on low ray tracing for 1080p and put it like this for 1440p. Transparency low. And you should have ray tracing at 1440p with DLSS balanced. And on 1080p you can do DLSS quality for this one. And that's basically it. Direct lighting, I mean, it's nice, it's global illumination, more accurate, but I usually, when I'm playing a game, I'm noticing the reflections. So that's why I enabled this one. And that's basically it. So now it's time for the Steam Deck, believe it or not. And that's a separate live stream, which you'll be redirected to automatically. So thank you for watching. I'll see you on the Steam Deck in a few moments. In around 5 minutes, I'm guessing. So let me do that and I'll see you there. Ha. 1 sec. Funny. I predicted the time of the stream correctly. Okay. Beautiful. Anyway, so yeah, very demanding game. Although considering the requirements, I was expecting worse. But I think when I enabled path tracing, I broke the visuals or the performance somehow. Now it doesn't care about my settings, so consider deleting your config files if you mess too much with the settings. Anyway, see ya on the Steam Deck live stream in 5 minutes. Bye guys, thanks for watching. Love you all. See ya. Y sí, Alberto, en realidad tenés frame generation ahí también. O sea, tiene sentido.